Hi everyone, this is the news from Western Armenia, especially for you. Shushi, unable facts screened at Tekeyan Center. 786 years since Gandzasar church construction. 108 years since Artsakh's first people government. Yoghunoluk church, Musa Dagh's heritage. US strikes Iran Larak island. Israeli forces open fire near Lebanese units. The meaning of the name Artsakh. Armenian folk dance workshop in Kharberd. On July 17, the Tekeyan Center hosted a screening of the documentary Shushi Unable Facts, attended by many visitors interested in history, culture, and national heritage. The film presents the centuries-old history of Shushi based on historical sources, documents, and academic research. It highlights the city's origins, its cultural and spiritual importance, and its rich Armenian historical and cultural heritage. The screenplay was written by Malik Shahnazarian with contributions from a team of consultants, editors, cinematographers, and technical specialists. The narration is performed by Vachagan Pahlavanian and Vartuhi Baghdasaryan, and the translation was prepared by Nerses Atabekyan. The music was composed by Eduard Gandzasaryan with lyrics by Homeros Vanyan and performed by Tigran Magarchan. July 22 marks the 786th anniversary of the Consecration of the Saint John the Baptist Church of Gandzasar, which took place on the Feast of Vartavar in 1240. The cathedral, considered a masterpiece of Armenian medieval architecture, was built between 1216 and 1238 by Prince Hassan Jalal Dolla of Artsakh. According to historian Kyriakos Gandzasar, the ceremony was attended by Catholicos nurses of Artsakh, many bishops, and around 700 priests. Gandzasar became a symbol of Armenian stated spiritual life and cultural identity in Artsakh. Today, the monastery remains under Azerbaijani occupation and continues to symbolize Armenian historical and cultural heritage. On July 22, 1980, the first Congress of the Armenians of Artsakh converted in Shushi, marking an important step in the region's political self-organization. Representatives elected the 7-member People's Government of Artsakh to govern the country. According to historical sources, the Congress delegated Artsakh an increasable part of the Republic of Armenia. It also stated that its activities would be based on the principle of the rights of nations to self-determination while sticking on fiction with Armenia. These events reflect the political organizations and aspirations for self-government among the Armenians of Artsakh. They remain an important part of Artsakh's modern history. The historic Armenian Holy Mother of God Church is located in the village of Yoghunoluk on the slopes of Musa Dagh in occupied Western Armenia. After Hatay was annexed to Turkey in 1939, most local Armenians were forced to leave their homeland. Turkmen settlers first used the church as a mosque and later built a concrete mosque on top of it, creating the unique structure known as a church below, a mosque above. Yoghunoluk also played an important role during the genocide against Armenians of 1915. Together with neighboring Armenian villages, its residents took refuge on Musa Dagh and organized the world-famous heroic resistance. Their stand became a lasting symbol of Armenian resilience. According to Tasnim news agency affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the United States carried out a missile strikes on Larak Island in the Persian Gulf of Wednesday. Local residents reported hearing a powerful explosion near the island. Iranian authorities are assessing the consequences of the attack and verify the exact location and extent of the damage. No official information has yet been released about the weapon used on the damage caused. The United States has not issued an official statement regarding the strikes. The Lebanese army stated that Israeli forces opened fire near Lebanese units deploying in southern Lebanon within the so-called pilot zone, where Israel is expected to withdraw its forces under a US-backed agreement. According to the army, the incident occurred near Zoutar al-Gharibi and could affect the implementation of the development plan. The Israeli military confirmed opening fire but said Lebanese soldiers accompanied by a bulldozer and crossed previously agreed boundary areas. Israeli forces stated that their troops responded after the crossing. The accident comes amid continued tensions and negotiations over the ceasefire and the development of forces in southern Lebanon. According to the priestly tradition, Moses is regarded as the center of creation, and the name Artsakh is interpreted within this worldview as Ar plus Tzach, left, meaning the land of the left of the place of creation. In this interpretation, left has a symbol and spiritual meaning rather than a geographical one. As a result, Artsakh is viewed not only as the name of the region, but also as a part of the creative order with a specific role. This tradition understands the name as two meaningful elements rather than separate letters. The author notes that this is a priestly interpretation and not a generally accepted historical linguistic explanation. Other scholarly theories about the origin of the name also exist. An Armenian folk dance workshop was held in Kharberd in occupied Western Armenia to help revive Armenian cultural traditions in their historic homeland. Participants learned traditional dances including Gavanant, Tamzara and Mshokochari. Kharberd's version of Tamzara was also performed during the event by John Berberian, Mal Barsamian, Bruce Girgajian and Ron Tutunjan. The workshop was organized by the French NGO Yerkir. Its goal was to preserve, pass on, and revive Armenian folk dance heritage in its historic homeland. So this was all for today's news. If you want something to learn, you can easily find Western Armenia's website and read everything there. Thank you for watching.